What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Stocks with Mike and Tom show. The stock market boomed up today. Interest rates are on the rise, and we have a lot of things to talk about. So as we all know, Powell had his FOMC event today. We're going to explain exactly what happened, why stocks are booming, and the best stocks to watch right now. Let us know what stocks you guys are watching in the comments down below. A lot of the times, the stocks you guys comment, we end up covering. But Tom, what happened in the market today?
Yeah, so the Feds came out and they ended up raising interest rates by 50 basis points. It came right in line with expectations, Mike, just like we had been talking about over the past couple of days. And the market seemed to really like this, especially once Powell started speaking. Actually, once the 50 basis point increase was announced, you can see the SPY was pretty volatile here. It started moving all over the place and then actually moved slightly lower. But then once Powell started speaking at 2:30 p.m. Eastern, we saw the market start to rip right back to the upside, moving all the way up to around 4:30 on the SPY. This was a huge recovery today, guys. I'm really glad that this happened. And as we know, Powell has been coming in clutch quite often lately, and he did it once again. He really brought some rally back into the market. There's some amazing articles by CNBC that shows that they raised it by 50 basis points and everything. And he had a lot of awesome comments here. One of my favorite things he said is that obviously they're trying to bring down inflation, and also that they're not going to look at raising rates by 75 basis points at the time. In quotes, he said it's not something the committee is actively considering. So he might look at another 50 basis point hike at the next meeting, but he's indicating that 75 basis points are pretty much off the table here.
Yeah, and that's good, because it's nice to have interest rates rising. It calms down this inflationary disaster that we kind of have going on. Rising rates is a good thing, because if we have, inflation that gets out of control, that would just be absolutely terrible. One, for the stock market, but also just for the economy and the world overall. So that was interesting. And Tom, just like you pointed out, it appears that they're not going to raise rates like too excessively right now too. So that's good. Another thing is that Powell says nothing in the economy suggests it is close to a recession. Now, I know Powell has a way with words, as we've seen with this transitory comments in the past, but, it's not bad news.
Yeah, that's really not too bad of news. And he said that they're strongly committed to restoring price stability. So I really hope that the market obviously keeps going up over the next few days off of this. Mike, I know that in the past we've seen the market react the day of these meetings, and then over the next few days, the market has changed before. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen here. Mike, it seems like a lot of stocks are starting to form some amazing supports, especially a lot of the growth plays. I noticed today, as the SPY was moving up intraday with its amazing move, we also had lots of amazing stocks like AMD flying up. Starbucks was actually up 9.8% with a continuation off of their earnings. Asana was up 11.6%. We even had some of these EV plays like Rivian up 6%, moving a lot. So the market had a great recovery. Lots of stocks are up. Even like Facebook had a great move. Zoom had a great move. So overall, it was an amazing day. Powell came in clutch as expected. And, I was kind of thinking Powell might make the markets go down this time, Mike, but, he kind of proved me wrong again.
There we go. Yeah, stocks are looking great. Just like you said, the growth plays are booming up. DraftKings had a decent day, Zoom, Starbucks, and many other stocks. So it's looking pretty great, Tom. I would say today was one of the most important days of the year so far, considering the levels that a lot of stocks are at, and, considering all the uncertainty that the market has had over the year.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be very important. And even the next meeting is probably going to also have a lot of eyes on it as well. And, looking at these plays today, the market, it seems like a lot of stocks reacted very well. Like Facebook moved back up through some very key resistance levels today, like 215 and then 220 even there towards the end. So glad to see these moves out of these big tech companies. Look at Tesla. Tesla is a fan favorite here. It's been really moving up 4.7% again today, just really exploding up the past couple of weeks. So glad to see them kind of coming back up after that dip they had a couple weeks ago. So glad to see them coming back, Mike. Even some of these defense plays like General Dynamic did well. And also what was interesting is crude oil was also on the rise, which was interesting. It was kind of cool to see this one up. I know Zom and Oxy started moving back up. I know that's definitely going to make Warren Buffett happy here to see Oxy back up at 61.86.
You know it. All right, Tom. So, what other important stocks should we be watching for the rest of the week, especially in terms of earnings?
Yeah, so there's obviously a few more earnings this week, and what's interesting is CNBC has a great article here talking about some of the EV companies that are going to be reporting this week. So we have Nikola, Lucid, and Fisker all reporting over the next 2 days, with Lucid reporting tomorrow after close. To me, that's going to be the biggest one. I don't really care about Nikola too much. Obviously, as we know, they've had a lot of issues in the past, like with that truck going down the hill with no engine or no electric motor in it, which was definitely a very weird circumstance. But I'm really curious to see how Lucid does, Mike. I know that on the past couple reports, Rivian did not do too well. So I hope that Lucid starts to maybe report a change in maybe production and stuff like that. I think that'll definitely help them out. I know NIO and other stocks like that are also set to report pretty soon. So it's definitely going to be interesting. We have these EV companies reporting, and I know that the production numbers have been brutal the past couple of years. So hopefully they report a nice turnaround.
Sounds good. And then what else do we have reporting?
Yeah, so tomorrow after close, Square or Block is going to be huge. Before open tomorrow, we have Penn Gaming, Shopify, and then Datadog. I think those are going to be some pretty big ones. Royal Caribbean also reports, which is going to be big, but I think Penn Gaming is going to be interesting along with Datadog. But my favorite is going to be tomorrow after close with Lucid and Block. That's definitely going to be big. Even DoorDash and SPCE report. And then obviously DraftKings on Friday, Mike. That's going to be super interesting, especially since they moved up 4.3% today. Seems like they're going back on a bit of an uptrend here.
Yeah, hopefully. It's been a while.
Yeah, it definitely has. Let's see that price action here up 4%. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's been too long since its last uptrend. So hopefully this is the bottom. We'll see. It is relieving to see some of these plays actually rebounding pretty well from earnings. So, if we look at plays like Starbucks, they boomed up today. Chegg is another one that has been recovering pretty well actually from their earnings report. And then even Logitech, Tom, has almost recovered back from all of its losses from earnings. So I like to see that movement.
Yeah, thank God. I mean, it's just great to see all these stocks recovering back, and it was looking brutal for a few days there. A lot of these growth plays were retesting lows. Like even DraftKings last week was at $13.06. Like that's so low that it's even hard to think about, really, if you think about their price action over the past couple of years. And man, it's crazy. But overall, Mike, I just can't believe that the price action went this well to the upside. I was expecting maybe some upwards movement, but man, I did not expect the SPY to close up 3%. That is very telling. And I definitely didn't expect these big tech stocks like Tesla, Apple, and Microsoft to move the way they did. And it was just an amazing move today. I'm really glad it played out. And, hopefully this continues into next week.
Yeah, so while there was a ton of great movement, the bot did amazing today. So Tom, let's showcase that really quickly. We can see our bot called out the GLD $174.50 strike call options for next week's expiration. It called it out at around $195 each. It popped all the way up to $296 each. It's almost a 52% pop in just a couple hours. It was an amazing play by the bot. If you guys trade options, check out that first link in the description and the comments down below. The bot's awesome. You get access to swing plays, day trade plays, bonus day trade setups. You can chat with Tom and myself all day long and get access to an amazing private community and a bunch of other tools. If you trade options, make sure to check it out. You can cancel at any time. We have a coupon running. The bot's awesome. And today's play popped from 195 all the way up to 296. So make sure to check it out. Besides that, Tom, can you give us some levels for the SPY?
Yeah, definitely, Mike. The SPY had a great day like we've been talking about. It almost got to 430 at the end of the day. So that's going to be the main resistance I'm looking at for tomorrow is $430. As we can see, that's been a huge resistance even over the past couple weeks. Even back on, looks like April 25th, and then again here on April 28th. So definitely keep 430 on the radar. If we break above that, the next major resistance I'm seeing is at 435. So hopefully we have a nice breakout above there. Would definitely make for some good price action. If we end up falling to the downside, I'm going to really have my eyes on like 424, 425, somewhere really close to there. I think though 420 is going to be the main level I'm looking at if we do end up falling. But keep in mind, today was so explosive. I don't think we're going to really fall back down towards 420 too much.
Yep, hopefully not. So I just want to give a giant shout out to our member of the day, B Square on YouTube. Thank you so much for all of your very consistent comments and support. Tom and I really appreciate you. So huge shout out to B Square. And Tom, let's get right into these momentum plays. With the first one, we have Asana to the upside.
Yeah, they did very well, up 11.6%. Make them go ahead and break above $30.50.
All right, with the next one, we have Enphase also to the upside.
Yeah, Enphase, part of those solar plays here. Go ahead and make them break out above 193.
All righty, and with the last one, we have AI also to the upside.
Yeah, this one's nice to see too. Make them break above 1860 actually from the end of last week.
All right, so we are watching AI, Enphase, and Asana for potential day trades to the upside tomorrow, only if they break above the levels Tom listed. But Tom, do you have any final thoughts or favorite setups heading into the market tomorrow?
Yeah, I love this, Mike. Great setups today. Thank God for Powell. He came in really clutch here. As we know, the interest rate decisions are huge and everybody pays a lot of attention to these. So it's obviously going to cause a lot of volatility maybe over the next couple of days. So keep in mind, while the market is up today, we could end up being down tomorrow. I really hope this momentum continues, but just keep in mind, we've seen it get volatile in the past over the next few days too. So, but overall, the stocks were moving up today, Mike. Honestly, my whole entire watch list was green minus one stock, which is RKLB, Rocket Lab. They just couldn't get up there at the end of the day. It would have made for an amazing day on my watch list, but overall, stocks did great, Mike. Even the big chip plays like NVIDIA and AMD were popping up. So glad to see these stocks back on the uptrend. I really hope it continues over the next few days. And as of right now, kind of seems like that might happen. We have a lot of momentum here.
There we go. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you trade options, check out that first link in the description in the comments down below. The bot's awesome and you can cancel it anytime. Besides that, let's have a great week.